everyone, welcome back to my Beach Angel Tarot shop. I am being guided to do a July reading, and this is a reading that is called The Womb of Creation, connecting to Goddess YEMAYA. So we're gonna see what comes up for everyone with this reading. Now this is a general reading, so it's gonna be generalized messages. So yeah, and yeah, I'm not going to go into and explain the reading. I'll read the placements of the reading as we go along. There's 7 cards or 7 messages, all looking at energies for the month of July, connecting to Goddess YEMAYA, and seeing what messages she has for everyone for this month of July. I do believe I may be doing this each month, but definitely being guided for the month of July. So let's take a look and see what cards come up. I'm being guided to a certain deck down here, and so this is it. I'm not sure the name of it. I think it's the Intuitive Oracle. But we're going to focus on everyone, the Law of Attraction, and the month of July, Goddess YEMAYA's messages for the month of July. And this is just opening energy. And we have spring, new birth, vitality, fresh start, 35, which is 8. So even though in the month of July we're going to be in summer, she's indicating here there is a new start. There is a fresh start, a new beginning. There's a clean slate energy there. There's nothing on that path but greenery and trees blooming and blossoming and beautiful energy. And I see a lot of heart chakra and blue with the communication. So I definitely feel there's a path opening in regards to those 2 chakras, heart chakra with the blue and the green here, both representing the heart chakra, and the blue is the representation of the throat chakra, and there's a clear path now. There's nothing in the way in regards to that. So there's going to be a lot of that in the month of July, and probably into August as well. So yeah, we're going to see what else comes up. So that is the opening message for everyone. And I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to use the Dame Darcy, of course, because oh heavens, the water energy of the sea, of the ocean. This is a beautiful deck. So, where I cut, I got the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. So again, a confirmation of things awaited. The number 7 is representative of, it is her number. It is Goddess YEMAYA's number, and she's helping with that. They're holding the 2 shells, the cups of the 2 shells with water. The vessel for that emotion is coming up here in these 2 cards, and this represents her. With the number 7 is her number, so a representation of her again here, helping grow things in regards to love. So there is a big emphasis for the month of July. Maybe why I'm being guided to connect at this time. So let's see what else comes up, shall we? Let's just see what else comes up with this energy. And I feel like I said it's going to move also into August, or move you into August, or help you move through into August. I feel a sense of being helped. Interestingly enough, we have the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles where I caught there. So we have 2 sevens coming up here. And the 7 of Swords can represent, I look at it as self-deception, things that we've been deceiving ourselves on, and that one I felt like he's got a 1 eye patch, so he's like starting to see something by the light of the moon, and I feel like, okay, the full moon time in July, which, this reading goes into August, so like the number 7 in this reading, full moon message, something that will come to completion by next full moon, it will be for the August full moon, so this can be something that you're going to see by the August full moon, starting to be able to see something at that time as well. So let's see where we go with this. This is interesting. So I'm focusing on everyone. Ooh, there's a lot coming out there. I'm not going to, it's a whole pack of them, so I'm not going to acknowledge those. Focusing on, focusing on July. Energy surrounding your month. This will overrule the month, and we saw a little bit of what's happening, and we have the Judgment 2 as a partnership number coming up again, but in a, There's this is a rebirth energy. This is an awakening energy, but it's also, to me, Archangel Gabriel energy. You can see there is a call. There is a lot of communication. A sound is emitted here, and it awakens the sleeping, the slumbering. So there's going to be more, another layer of awakening coming in the month of July in regards to that 2 vibration, and I feel it's connected to the two of cups, sort of like I saw here with the heart chakra, the open path, and the communication. So there's like a more of an awakening. Not to say everybody's asleep or slumbering, but it comes in layers, it comes in waves, and so there's going to be another one. There's a big, a big call to that, and embracing it. And even still, we're seeing the varying degrees of awakeness here. She's embracing it. They're like, okay, I'm up, but what's going on? This one's coming forward, moving towards it, and this one's still sleeping. So there's different layers of that awakening happening, and so you're gonna need to be. What is the word she's giving me? There's a word. Aware of that, yes, but also patient with it, yes. Patient with the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Patient with, because self-denial is sort of like, because you're still sleeping, you can't be awake enough to be aware of what's actually happening. So it's part of that self-denial energy. So those two are playing into this a little bit as well, and what she's trying to convey here. So being compassionate with these different layers, and you may see all these in your partner and people around you. I mean, this doesn't just necessarily have to be a romantic partnership. This can be people that you're connected to in your life, in a very emotional way that, help you be emotionally balanced. So anybody that you're connected to and that has that energy to make you feel emotionally balanced or help you feel emotionally balanced. But just to have compassion with the varying layers of where they are in regards to this awakening. But I also, again, like I said, see a lot of communication because this represents Archangel Gabriel, who is all about communication and connection. Something she would like to see you create more of and spend more energy on this month, and it is 8 of Pentacles. And 8 of Pentacles talks about work. So putting the work in, being action-oriented. Can't get work done while we're sleeping. So being awake and aware of what it is that you're creating and putting in work in regards to, it could be your partnership, it could just be doing more of your creative work, because 8 represents that creation energy, continually working on keeping things going, but this factors in his work, so putting that work in, she wants you to do that, creating more of this month. And 8 is also about finances, so continue working on your finances as well. So an energy surrounding your love life for the month of July, and we have the 2 of Cups, so it's beautiful. And it, of course, we saw that when we cut the deck. So there it is. I mean, it's that emotional balance. They're kind of gazing at each other, and yeah, it's just very, very beautiful. And I see that pink that I see in the tree here. So it's that rosy-cheeked energy, and that tree energy is coming up. I'm really drawn to their rosy cheeks. So kind of a glow, glowing energy and emotional balance and connection and love and heartfelt energy. Just very, very nice and balanced coming up in July. Energy surrounding your finances for the month of July. We have 3 of Swords. So, this can be disappointment, but this card to me represents the heart of the matter. For me, it represents Mother Mary, the Immaculate Heart, just very deep, deep energy. So I feel whatever happens in your finances or your work, it's going to be heartfelt, if that makes sense. You may liberate yourself from something, and it could be, a little bit nostalgic. It could be a little bit, it was really connected to your center, to your core. So whatever goes on for you financially, it's really connected to that heart space. And there's a bigger picture in regards to it. So for some, I feel this is something that you may let go of. Maybe you sell something that was important to you to get finances, to support you on your journey. It's all connected to your journey. So whatever it is that you do with finances, or whatever happens in your finances in July, is really going to be connected to the larger journey. for you. So in whatever way that happens, whatever you find yourself needing to do or whatever happens in your finances, it's going to have a bigger impact, or it's connected to a bigger impact. It's connected to that third energy. And they're all surrounded in this heart. And you're being watched over, both of you. It's that two couple here. So it's that they're both in this in regards. So it's that higher self watching out over this as well. So it's pretty deep. It's pretty important stuff. And again, however it occurs for you. Something she wants to help you cleanse this month. Six of Wands. So Six of Wands to me talks about recognition. So maybe for some it's the need to be recognized for something, or getting recognition or something from your partner. You know, you may be connected to the need or the want to be recognized for something you said or did or whatever. So you need to cleanse that. For others, it can be that you need to cleanse. This is talking about moving forward, things that keep you stuck and keep you from moving forward. Because to me, this is kind of like a road opener. So for me, this is in itself an energy of moving forward. Out of the confusion of the five, we start to move forward in a straight line. It's kind of like getting your ducks in a row. So anything that, let's go with that phrase, anything that's keeping you from getting your ducks in a row or having your ducks in a row to move forward, she wants to help you cleanse that out of the way so you can continue forward. And I feel for a slight majority, it's going to be the attachment to needing recognized for something that you did. For your partner or for those that you're connected to. So it's like doing something and then saying, well, you didn't acknowledge that, and being hurt by that. So she wants to help some cleanse that energy too. And for others, it's getting your ducks in a row, anything that's holding you back from getting everything in alignment to move forward, because I feel there's going to be some financial things that happen in July that is going to allow for that things to move forward. Okay, so moving forward in this reading, new moon message, new energy, something surprisingly wonderful. And this new moon, I think, is around the 23rd of July. So this is going to be for that new moon energy, 23rd of July. Two of Wands, partnership, partnering up actively. You know, we saw the emotions coming up, and for the love life energies and balanced emotions. And maybe this is even going back to that. This could even be doing what you need to do to bring in balanced emotions. So it can be sharing emotions. And sometimes they come up good, and sometimes they're a little, disturbing. You know what I mean? Because of fears. It's like purging. I'm going back to this and feeling a bit of purging. Because here we're seeing by the 23rd, I think it's the new moon. I apologize if I'm on the wrong date because I don't have my date book right here. But I think it's around the 23rd of July is the new moon energies. And so you're actively partnering up or doing something to connect to something that you've had your eye on. You can see he's kind of looking at the world. And so this is a big partnership energy. And to me, this is twin flame. For those in the twin flame journey and the spiritual catalyst relationship and divine partnerships, this can even be seeing something in regards to that. Because I feel like some big things are happening financially for someone on the journey that's going to support it. Or whatever occurs here financially is going to have a big impact on this one way or the other. So I definitely feel that for those that occurring here as well too. So this could come up in many different ways. It can play itself out, but I feel it here. It's like the bigger picture. You know, he's looking at the world, so it's that bigger picture energy. The full moon message, something that will come to completion, I feel in a good way. I always like to say in a good way, right? Because I'm always looking for the good energy. By the next full moon, which will be August 9th. So the next full moon, this is how this reading is created. So it's for the next full moon, August 9th. And it is Knight of Swords. So what will come to completion is moving forward, taking action. This talks about swift acting. Sometimes this can be really, I don't want to say, kind of curt energy because, it goes like really quick. And sometimes that can be harsh energies for some. But this one in this particular deck, I liken it to a lot of high vibrational, beautiful energy of joy that the dolphin represents. That that pure love, that pure unconditional love, high vibration, and you can see a lot of cleansing. Even though this is an air, an air energy with the swords, you know, the water, it's almost feeling like kind of like the Ace of Swords, or the Ace of Cups too, like a blessing and a cleansing. And you see the sun in the background, so a lot of energy coming. So what's going to happen by the following, in August, that full moon, which will actually be in Leo, there's going to be a lot of that sun energy moving forward, but pushing through emotions with positivity, joy, and happiness, and high vibration. So there's going to be that swiftness coming in that regard. You're going to feel a lot of those energies in a better way by that time period, I feel. So I want to take a peek at the undercurrent, and the undercurrent is the Ace of Wands. So there's new action. You can see it's coming from the depths of the water. So there's new action, new energy, new passion coming up and being stirred up in the undercurrent. And aces are always positive, so it's positive new energy, and they're yeses to questions. So that is in the undercurrent. So it's a yes if you're asking a secret question. It's a yes, and there's new energy and action being stirred up in regards to that coming up to the surface. So this was a very beautiful reading coming, you know, being channeled through from Goddess YEMAYA for the month of July, and I'm glad I was guided to do it and took the few minutes that we needed to see the messages come through. I may be putting a link to this reading below, or information to obtain this reading for yourself, but I will only be offering a few if I do that. I may put it up and take it down as I need to get through my readings, because my schedule is pretty hectic right now. So yeah, and I want to say happy 4th of July for everyone in the month of July as well. And I will be back with my normal monthly reading for love too. So this was just an outside reading I was guided to do. Angel blessings, oceans of love.